So we are back again, guys. Today we're gonna do our science experiment called egg drop challenge. To prepare our materials for our experiment, we need water, 2 to 3 raw eggs, a piece of toilet paper roll, a plastic cup, and a piece of plate. Now, before we start with our experiment, let's now take first the setup of our experiment. So first thing we need to do is to fill up this cup of half glass of water. As you can see, I'm filling up this cup, half glass of water. Then we now place our plate on top of the plastic cup, and we now place the paper tissue roll on top of the plate. Then our raw egg on top of the paper roll. So we are fully set up our experiment. Let's conduct our experiment. But before that, let's wear a safety glasses. Safety is #1 priority. You can see the egg is not cracked. It is good, right? Whoa. You can see the egg is not cracked, not damaged. Whoa, that's great. Whoa. As you can see, the egg's not damaged. So we are finally done with our egg drop challenge. Now we shall proceed to our questions.
When the plate was removed, the egg remained where it was because there was no force acting on it. That's the law of inertia. But since there was nothing below it anymore, the acceleration due to gravity pulled it downwards, thus the egg falling into the cup of water.
The reason for the egg falling is because there was a force that acted upon it, and that force is the acceleration due to gravity.
If the plate was slowly removed, the egg would just simply follow the plate as it moves, because the force would have time to spread to everything that the plate have contact with.
The law of inertia on the experiment is the plate and the egg staying in place since there is no force acting upon it. Well, except the acceleration due to gravity. Then the plate moved when there was force applied to it, but the egg still stayed in place since the force did not have enough time to spread. But since there is still the acceleration due to gravity, the egg still fell to the cup with water.
As observed in the experiment, the egg's velocity started at 0, which means it remains stationary at the top. And as we remove the plate, the egg drops from the top to the bottom of the cup due to gravity pulling it down.
If there is force applied on the plate, which is when we push the plate off the cup, the amount of force we put when the plate gets pushed off affects the result of the experiment. If there is a strong and fast push, it will result in the egg falling into the cup. But if the opposite were to happen where we slowly push the plate, the egg would fall in another area.
Firstly, the tissue has a low mass and inertia, which make it very light. On the other hand, the egg has a heavier mass and inertia, which make it very heavy. Now, when the plate is removed from the bottom of the tissue roll, the position of the egg was not affected by the force of the tissue roll getting pushed off.
So, The egg is a circular object which helps in the experiment by rolling in mid-air, and when the plate is removed from the cup, and as mentioned before, the egg has a small shape and it's heavy, making it suitable for any small experiments. It is also easier to identify if the experiment failed because the egg will break if it fails.